Hi everybody, welcome back to another video. I'm Mike Benitez. Today we're doing episode 10 of Ship Battles. Made episode 10, guys. Today we're talking about a ship that was supposed to rescue Titanic survivors, but she didn't. And this ship was called the SS Californian. Let's go on with the video, shall we? Californian was built for the Leyland Line in 1902, and she was designed to carry cotton. So she wasn't a mere passenger liner, but she did have room to carry 47 passengers and a crew of 55. She would run voyages from Dundee, her hometown, to several other places. But she also made other British cargoes to different parts of the world, mostly America. But her career would take a downfall on April 14th, 1912. On that night, Californian was sailing from Liverpool to New York with a cargo. At this time, Captain Stanley Lord has encountered ice messages from other ships and relays them to the Titanic. One of them has been received earlier that day. But soon, Captain Lord sees pack ice in front of his own ship. He orders the Californian stop for the night. Then it is unknown why the ship came to the rescue of the Titanic disaster, judging that she was only 10 miles away and should have gone there in 2 hours. Lord orders radio operator Evans to send out a message to the Titanic warning the ice. But Jack Phillips shuts him up by saying that he is working Cape Race and shouldn't be interrupted. Evans does more than that. He shuts down his wireless for the night. This would make terrible consequences. Then, earlier, Stanley Lord Captain Lord had seen a ship 10 miles away off his port bow. But the ship didn't look like the Titanic. It looked more like a freighter. But he orders the crew to keep a sharp lookout if anything happens. He now sees Morse code lamps. This is after the Titanic hit the iceberg, and the ship is now sinking. Titanic is relaying messages, but since California's radio operator is off for the night, she can't receive them. People on board the Titanic sees a ship off her starboard bow, more likely than 10 miles away. This causes people to think that they will be rescued, and ships are not, and they can't get onto the lifeboats, or they don't want to get on the lifeboats. This will make terrible consequences. This is believed to be the Californian. Now, Titanic starts firing rockets. They're not red for distress. They're just white, which doesn't mean anything. Well, that's what I heard. That's what I know. The Californian sees these rockets, but thinks they're company signals. That's what Stanley Lord thinks. But asks the Californian to contact the ship. The mystery ship is seen in the distance by Morse lamp. Titanic is doing the same, but neither ships have any replies. The crew on the Californian also see a list on the ship, which is the Titanic. Titanic goes down at 2:20. By this time the Californian has no visual contact with the ship that they had just seen earlier. In the morning, Captain Lord orders Evans to be waking up and ask what's going on. Evans then realizes the Titanic has sunk. The Captain Lord orders the ship to race to the scene, but they only find this ship, the Mount Temple, waiting there. They also see the Carpathia, which has already picked up survivors from the Titanic disaster. Californian is ordered to wait for any more survivors. There are none. The ship now sails back on her course to New York. Once reaching New York, Stanley Lord is asked to come to the inquiry of the disaster. He says, "This will only take a few minutes. judging by Titanic was sailing recklessly in the area of ice and could have paid more responsibility to the wireless messages that she received from the Californian that night. However, he is wrong. He is interrogated and it is found as the scapegoat of the sinking of the Titanic. It was nor the iceberg nor the faulty watertight doors that doomed the ship. It was the inaction of the crew at the Californian. Captain Lord will be guilty for the rest of his life. Californian sails for only a few more years. In World War I, she was used as a troop ship or a merchant vessel, and then on November 9th, 1915, she was torpedoed by U-35. One person was killed. She sank. Her wreck has not been found, but what it is known about her wreck that she sank 200 miles from the wreck site of the Titanic sister ship that sank in the same area in 1916. Now, I don't think the Californian should have been responsible for the sinking of the Titanic. I think it could have been done to Bruce Ismay, but I don't know why the Californian has been like the suspect in the disaster. But she is also famous as Carpathia, as Titanic in many ways. And one of those ways is the book The Midnight Watch by David Dyer, which tells the story of the incident between Californian and Titanic. The Californian has appeared in many movies about Titanic, but she is barely seen in the film Titanic in 1997 by James Cameron. She is seen in a deleted scene, but she is actually seen in the actual movie. Well, kind of. After Molly Brown says, "There's something you don't see every day," it is said that the Californian's mast light can be seen here. You can't see it, but I hope it's there. So guys, when I grow up, I really want to find the wreck of the Californian and to prove the Californian wasn't the result of the Titanic sinking. But this is the story of the mystery ship Californian. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't blame the Californian for the disaster. I don't. Please don't. Thank you for enjoying this video. Goodbye on the story of the Californian.